If you're gonna be a farmer, you gotta be tough. Sharp around the edges with a little bit rough. I know a farmer that's better than them all. He takes no slack, and his name is Zach.
There is a podcast in Iowa, Farm4Profit was named by they. Fate stirred up a banker near, then quick came an auctioneer. Making profit was their first goal, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Soon may the farmers come to bring us guests and beer and fun. One day when the recording's done, we'll take our mics and go. These formats shook us to our core. With Farm4Fun, you will not snore. The banker set all mics to on, and the mullet of podcasts was born. Soon may the farmers come to bring us guests and beer and fun. One day when the recording's done, we'll take our mics and go. Before we knew, conversations grew. Growing corn even said F you. So won't you join Tenor, Dave, Corey, and crew? Please like, share, review. Soon may the farmers come to bring us guests and beer and fun. One day when the recording's done, we'll take our mics and go.
Hey, listeners, welcome back to the Farm4Profit Podcast. This is Tanner Winterhoff.
This is Corey Hillebo.
And this is David Whitaker.
And as promised, because last week was a profit show, this is a Farm for Fun week. So thank you for coming in and hanging out. Hopefully we can entertain you a little bit. Thanks again for sending us topics, guest ideas. You know, obviously the guest we've got today comes straight from you. But most importantly, thank you for your reviews.
And thank you. Our listener review this week is brought to you by BW Fusion. They are combining the best-in-class products along with BW 365 soil and tissue programs, provide growers the tools and resources necessary to identify limiting factors and address them accordingly. Real-time results. Tanner, this is what we're talking about, maximizing yield potential and ROI. So thanks, BW Fusion, for partnering with us on the review. And Corey, what's the review?
Today, our review is by Jason Young. And that is quite the interesting way to spell Jason.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. Awesome show. Love listening to you guys. Kudos from Indiana. Thanks,
All right.
guys. And that's where BW Fusion is at, too, right?
That's where this started.
Yep.
Thank you for listening in from Indiana. Also, don't forget, Gearinghoff is head of the class no matter the crop, and they are a proud partner of the Farm4Profit Podcast. But I don't think we need to make them wait any longer. Should we get into our first guest?
Absolutely.
First guest or first beer?
First introduction.
We have two guests today.
Oh, my goodness.
All right.
Today on the Farm for Fun show, we have two special guests in studio with us. The first guest is a farmer, a firefighter, a drain tile contractor, a Gearinghoff dealer, shout out to Gearinghoff, head of the class no matter the crop, a fellow podcaster on a little podcast that you may have heard of called Off the Husk, from West Central Minnesota, Randy, the master pipe player, Nessman.
All right.
All right.
Welcome, Randy.
Cue the next one. Welcome, Randy. Cue the next one.
Oh, master soundboard extraordinaire. Let's see if we can get this in here.
This is gonna be. This is.
All day, he never wastes time.
let's just soak this in for a second.
Forming like a tidal wave.
That's long enough.
Now on to a man that willingly once let the master pipe layer lay his pipe. I'm sorry to say after this, guys, that we're probably going to have to hang this up because I don't know where we go from here. This man is a household name all over the world. He's a farmer, a race car driver, has over 867,000 followers, subscribers on YouTube, with over 232 million views. He's also the host of the Off the Husk podcast. From Minnesota, the man himself, Zach, the Millennial Farmer Johnson.
All right.
It's sad. It's our last show. And he's got his own, what do you even call this? Music video?
Theme music, yeah.
Fan club?
Oh, he's America's farmer.
Zach attack everything.
I'm speechless.
You had somebody write you a song? That's
No, I didn't have somebody write me a song. Somebody wrote me a song.
The part where you paid him wasn't supposed to get out, was it?
No, it was not.
He might be part of the surprise later. I don't know. We'll see.
That's funny. Welcome to the studio. Thanks for sticking around. Listeners, if you are a faithful listener, you know that these guys just hung out on our part 2 of the tile episode. If you missed that one, you should probably go back and listen to it.
Absolutely. Do we need to pause here, or should we just get a little bit of background about them first?
Let's just go right into it.
Let's go right into it. I know we had you on your last one, Randy. I introduced you first. Give us a little background, who you are, what you do.
Randy Nessman, born and raised Kensington, Minnesota, small town by Alexandria. How far you want me to go back?
Everything.
Yeah.
And you're a farmer and a master pipe layer, and what else do you do?
Correct. Firefighter, water board member. Water board, yeah.
You waterboard people?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, really?
The water board meetings are always the best.
Oh.
Get lots of information that way.
Of course we
would.
banned that a while ago.
That was a torture technique we can't use anymore.
You got family, kids?
Yep. 2 boys, 10 and 13, Milo and Oliver, and wife, Christina. She probably doesn't want me to say her age, but somewhere rhymes with 38.
Somewhere around the 30.
And your name on Instagram is master_pipe_layer.
Correct.
And that was given to you by Zach, right?
Minus the underscores. As it turns out, there was a whole bunch of other people on Instagram that already had master pipe player.
Oh.
I don't know why. I didn't know
Well,
there's
so
that
Zach
many.
was extremely creative. He was original with your name.
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
Yep. I had to come up with the underscores though.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So does your wife have an Instagram as well?
She does, but it's private, and
Oh,
she gets mad at me every time I tag her.
It's not the master pipe taker.
Because then she has to.
Not the master pipe taker.
It's the master Randy layer.
Correct. Who also Zach accidentally cloned on a movie once or video.
It seems like it's all Zach's fault.
It usually is.
So we shouldn't feel bad that he's got somebody making music videos about him.
Correct. He's probably the reason I'll wake up with a headache tomorrow morning. Also, no.
So in my intro, I had that you lay pipe for Zach, but you actually have only ever done it once. He's like 60 miles away.
Correct.
We're on an
How did you
awkward
guys-
pause now.
So how did you guys connect?
I live 60 miles from where I work. So I live just, 11 miles apart now?
Yeah, not even.
So your neighbors.
Correct. Yep. And he's born and raised right close. I mean, I've always known him.
Do we have a caller calling in, Dave?
Is that live on air? Let's
Yeah.
take the call. Hey, welcome aboard.
This is the Whitaker Marketing Group.
I'm looking to sell my farm.
Give us all the details.
Yes.
Social security number, address.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah, so we've always known each other. And then his wife did daycare for us. Boys are pretty small. So
Yeah, it would have been, well,
I think Oliver's 1. So I guess 9 years ago, I suppose, probably when we really started hanging out
probably.
quite a bit.
Yep.
So,
And you're still friends.
well, it's more of a social media thing at this point, but
It's a contractual friendship.
We just talk crap about each other once the mics are off.
So you guys have an in-home daycare? Was that?
My wife did. Yeah, we did at our old place, but when we moved to the farm here in 2018, she quit doing that. So, which we knew the whole time the plan was to move to the farm at some point.
Yeah.
And she wasn't going to do daycare forever, but it's what she enjoyed doing while our kids were young.
I thought about getting into daycare. It's like farming kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
no way.
Be prepared to replace all your flooring and your
Yeah.
walls and
Oh,
Well,
I
it'd
would
be
have
like-
done it in
it'd be
like a
like farming-
commercial space.
Farming pigs then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many times do you redo the flooring in your basement?
I don't want to talk about it, Randy. The good news was when we sold it as is. So my procrastination on the flooring in the basement for the third time
Worked out, huh?
worked out. Yeah.
And so you're the millennial farmer, and in studio we have millennial, and me.
What? Okay.
Now hold on.
You can't be that far out of being a millennial.
I think I'm a year out.
Well, Randy and I have had this conversation
There's
before.
two different numbers on Google if you look.
So what year were you born?
82, and I think 81 is the last cutoff.
If 81 is the cutoff, then you're in. See, Randy had this
I'm
problem
83.
too.
What's that?
I'm 83.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, then maybe we're both in, but I don't think
What's the cutoff on the other end?
the other one was 84, I think.
Oh, well, I'm not even a millennial.
Well, I thought, no, I'm 88.
All right, I'll Google it. Whole
Half
time.
breeds.
Oh, I thought he said it went from 80 to 80.
No, what's the top end? 90?
Oh, we're going to look it
80,
up.
89?
No,
Googling behind
that would only be like 8 years of a generation.
It says
It's got to be like 98.
81 to 94-ish 6.
Oh,
That one has us in it,
we're
man.
fully entrenched in the millennial.
Oh man,
What's the next one?
maybe we're all
Gen
what's
Z?
What's this one say?
I don't know. So how did you come up with the millennial farmer name, Zach? Where did that start from? I mean, besides being one.
Well, yeah. I mean, when I started the channel, we went round and round about what I should call it, and I had a lot of different ideas, which I don't really remember the other ones now. But at the time, 6 years ago when I started it, millennials were all the hype, so I knew it was kind of a buzzword. I mean, that did play into it for sure. But then on the other end, I was sick of hearing stuff about farming that wasn't true, or that they know we use GMOs and drain tile and pesticides, but they don't know why. They don't know what goes into that and the management decisions behind it. So I kind of felt also that putting the word millennial there, not only was it kind of a buzzword that would grab some attention because it wasn't probably thought of very often to go with farmer, I also saw it as an opportunity to kind of show that our generation is still out here working with the soil and getting their hands dirty too.
Well, I don't think that was a bad idea. And going on behind your head, it took Dave about 15 minutes to figure out how old millennials actually were. So there's a 15-year window for millennials.
So is this what we're going with officially?
I guess.
81 to 96.
PewResearch.org sounds pretty.
It sounds pretty reliable. It was the fourth. Did you know that guys actually go down to the fourth or fifth result on Google, where women pick the first or second result on Google all the time?
That's because the top one or two are always paid
Sponsored,
for.
yeah.
They are.
And women fall for marketing
All
way
the time.
more.
All the time.
We sniff that shit out and go
Yeah.
right past it.
I swear it was on sale.
We probably end up at the same sites because
Yeah.
usually the paid one is one of the top end.
That's true. Yep.
So Gen Z is the next one. So is there a Gen Z farmer that's getting big? Yep.
We should have answered that phone call. My wife just sent me a text. Somebody wants to sell 80 acres. So
Right
Oh,
now.
that would have been great.
should have been all over it. No,
So how much? Tile?
What's their
Not
bottom
tile?
dollar?
Oh, that's pretty good. Well, awesome. Well, thanks for coming down here and hanging out with us. We know we're partly on your way, but we love having guests in the studio because it's a heck of a lot more fun. And traditionally with our Farm for Fun episodes is we try different beers, different drinks. We have had a couple of non-alcoholic, but we're not going to put you through that torture today. That was a rough show.
I mean, I'm nothing against non-alcoholic, but they just didn't taste good.
No, they were awful.
Yeah.
They gave us 4 different non-alcoholic beers.
I never heard of dry January. I thought it was sober October or something.
Yeah, well,
Followed by no remember November.
No remember
I thought it was
November.
no nut November.
I thought it was no shave November.
apparently you can't do anything in November.
Apparently, you can't.
So what we're going to start off with is instead of making you guys have to try non-alcoholic beers, you mentioned on one of your episodes that you wanted to try an Iowa delicacy, and that is black velvet. So we're not going to make you do the black velvet straight or plain. We're going to start you off with the toasted caramel or caramel.
That's pretty much straight.
Just put it in a glass. Just pour it in a glass. No ice, no
Thanks.
water.
Doll distributing.
Are we shooting or are we sipping?
However you want. We're just going to talk. We just want your opinion
I'd sip it.
of one of Iowa's
Or you could shoot it.
main
Like
drinks.
a fine wine?
Caramely.
It is very caramely. It's salty.
It is, yeah.
Quite
that's
salty.
That's delicious.
It is.
It's
It's a
salty in
good
the name.
sipping. And there's no ice or nothing. This is just
you
straight,
can
warm,
have more.
black
Wow.
velvet.
Randy, we better cancel everything going on the rest of the day. My body just got that feeling like I'm not moving till 2 a.m.
So yes, black velvet again for I think like the 7th or 8th year in a row was the top selling liquor in the state of Iowa. And Busch Light, which we will taste next, is the top selling beer in the
I
state
wonder
of
what that
Iowa.
tastes
So
like.
welcome to
so
Iowa.
good.
I've never had that. Yeah.
Just on the side of my combine.
So when you guys are not doing what you're doing on social media, do you have any hobbies? Do you actually have downtime to have fun outside of what you put out there for everybody to see, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube?
Yeah. I guess in the summer, recently, I guess last 3-4 years, we've gotten quite a bit of camping. It's pretty luxury camping. I mean, we have
Glamping.
a camper.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But we'll do a lot of, we don't necessarily go far a lot of times. I think last year, I guess it was 3 times we were, 3 hours from home or something. But a lot of times we'll just camp 6-7 miles from our house. I mean, we're the land of the lakes.
Gonna say,
We
do
go a
you
lot of
fish?
places. We just do a little fishing. I'm not real big into it. Actually, my wife is way bigger into fishing than I am. But yeah, well, a lot of times we'll get a bunch of friends. We'll have 6, 7, 8, 10 campers parked together for the weekend. And
So you guys aren't far from DL, is the way they'd say it in Minnesota, up to Detroit Lakes, like number 2 party spot on 4th of July. Have you been to Zorba's Pizza and been to DL? Do you guys frequent over there?
we don't get there a lot. No. Nope. typically, like I said, we're pretty
Right
close,
close.
to home. Yep. Alexander's got his Orbas and Chain of Lakes right there. And
We're kind of right on that same, I guess I call it a swoosh that goes through. Well, you've been up there, obviously. There's so many lakes everywhere that kind of stretches through the center of the states and up to the northern part. And so we're kind of on that same stretch of lakes that goes through DL, like you're talking, and over to Brainerd. And so we've got so many lakes right in our backyard. But I have spent some time at Zorbas and DL.
So, Zach, what about you for hobbies besides scrolling TikTok?
I end up in the summer, I have to go dirt track racing a lot, so I don't get a lot of time away because I'm always at different dirt tracks throughout the upper Midwest.
What kind of car do you drive?
Right now, it's a Wasota modified, which would be like a USRA modified or a USMTS, UMP mod.
So that'd be like an A mod?
A mod, yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Gotcha. Got a couple buddies that do that, sponsor a couple cars. So
There you go.
also like to go to those. Are you a fan of Kyle Larson?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He's awesome.
Yeah, I ran late models for 12 years. Started in the mods or B mods, then to a mod, then ran late models for a while, and now I'm back in a mod.
Gotcha.
Are you any good?
He won in some of your he had a summer video. Go check it out.
Yeah, but
I think he won.
nobody posts their bad stuff. They only post their
Oh,
good
he
stuff.
did. He didn't. He didn't win some of them.
Oh, yeah, I posted some bad stuff too, but yeah, we got some bigger championships.
I mean, how many people on
Good for
social
you.
media do you see say, "Oh, I got fatter in 2021"? They don't. They say, "I lost."
They're
weight,"
all
or,
over the
"It's-
place. They're the ones that then they want you to do this patch on your belly button, or they want you to do the
10-year. Here's what I got.
who thought meal prep was expensive commercials. Yeah. That's pretty good. I can't say, the only dirt track racing that I've been to is figure eight races.
Those are fun.
Yeah. So that's there was a figure eight track just about 30 minutes north of the farm as I grew up. So we'd spend a lot of Saturdays up there watching basically a glorified demo derby
it's
Yep.
a little different animal.
with some high horsepower. And yeah. those are-
So are you a mechanic too, or do you like have a mechanic guy, or are you pretty handy?
Well, I mean, I've built several race cars from nothing. So, I mean, I can do that. I'm definitely not going to open the hood of my pickup up and start pulling plastic shields out and working on that. But yeah, I can build a dirt track car
Gotcha.
overnight.
I had a buddy that went down to Bristol when they put the dirt
Yep.
on that and got Snapchat videos and stuff. I was like, what a cool, nostalgic place to go.
Pretty awesome.
You know, dirt track racing. That'd be sweet.
Yep.
How about ice fishing? You guys get enough ice here? You probably do.
Yeah. Yep. Had a buddy that was out last weekend catching a
Okay.
few walleye, but nothing like what you guys get for. If we go ice fishing and want to be serious about it, we'll head your way.
Sure.
I've been up to Lake Winnebagosh, I think, up in northern Minnesota,
Okay.
and caught some fish up there. But that's like a once every 5-year trip usually for me.
Yeah, I got a brother-in-law that left this morning to go north of Leech. So
Okay.
he'd go up through Emily and up about an hour and a half north of Emily there, the Cross Lake area north of that.
Okay. The Lake of the Woods, so I'll be going there next month. That's of course our lake. It's halfway through the lakes, Canada.
Yep.
And then locally, of course, we do some. Again, my wife is way bigger into it than I am, so I'll go out there, get the house warm for her, and I'll screw around in the lake with the snowmobile and things.
Oh, yeah, that'd be
Kinda
fun.
Poke in and out, have a beer, drop a line. 10 minutes
Yeah.
later, I'm bored, ready to go do something else.
That's what I used to do with snowmobiling a lot more. We'd go up to Cable, Wisconsin, and up there, and that, oh man, that was fun.
Sure.
Just a bunch of bar hopping.
Do you get enough snow around here, snowmobile?
We
Once
used
in
to.
a while, yeah. We haven't for a while.
Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like we get snow now and then it melts. Like we don't get near the snow that lasts for a long time because I still remember.
We have trails. We have marked trails. We
Yep,
have groomers and things like that when they do get it, but it seems like it might be a week or two of good riding and then gone.
There's fantastic deals on Facebook Swap when somebody bought a snowmobile and it doesn't snow for like a year. Like, screw this.
Yeah.
And so you can find some deals if you're willing to hold and sit.
Then they want a motorcycle instead.
Right.
Yeah.
And a boat.
How about hunting? You guys getting into hunting then?
I hunt. Dave hunts. Dave's actually from Montana.
Yep.
So he goes for big game.
What part of Montana?
North Central part, Haver, like here's a horse, you can have her.
Yep.
Yep.
Been through there.
Yep. But I elk hunt all through the Rockies and down Lewistown to Helena to all across there. So, yep.
So when I was in high school and college, there wouldn't be a weekend during hunting season that I wouldn't be duck hunting or goose hunting. And then I just got burnt out. I mean, every damn weekend. And I tell my friends, because they still try to get me to go, I tell them I'm retired. I might come out of retirement someday, but I'm retired. I mean, we got enclosed trailers full of full-body goose decoys, layout blinds, duck boats, all that stuff. It's just on hold.
Okay.
I like bow hunting whitetail right now, and I hardly get enough time for that since we started the podcast. And when you have big boy job and farm full-time, it seems like that takes... seems like we're farming, like, you used to be able to go, like, get done farming in October and then go hunt the rut. Now we're farming until Thanksgiving.
I thought you just shot him off the combine.
That's
why you put that.
That's hard with the bow.
That's why you put your
Not going to say
My
that on the
rifle
podcast.
identifies as a bow.
as a bow.
Is that what you're saying?
Is that what it is?
No, I don't do that.
How about you guys? Did you do any hunting?
I hadn't before a lot. Our hunting season is right with farming, and then we go right into tiling and through. But I did get back into deer hunting this year a little bit. My son, my 13-year-old, wanted to go.
And you have
So we went out
shotgun
first.
season, is what it is. See that moving
We
from
don't have slugs. Yeah.
moving from Montana
Or
to
rifle.
moving to Montana where everything's high power. Everybody call it high power. It's just a regular rifle to me. But then you move to Minnesota and everything's slug, and you can only shoot a couple hundred yards at max. So
Right, the north half of Minnesota, then you can rifle there.
Yeah.
We're slug zone. But I did actually just get back from Arkansas.
Oh.
Duck
Did you go
hunting,
to
goose hunting, and-
Stuttgart, or where'd you go?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the
Flooded timbers?
flooded timber. Yep, did flooded timber, and then we went out Speckle.
Speckle Valley.
Yep. So I actually went with Brian Brown. So if you know him, Brian's farming videos, Southern Ohio.
Yeah.
Familiar.
I did. I came across... What was I doing over the Christmas break? I came across some of his stuff.
Okay. Yep. Yeah, we've actually gotten to be pretty good buddies. He's been up here one time, did a podcast stuff with him, and then and actually where we went was a dentist. They have a hunting club,
Okay.
and he's just a fan of theirs, ours.
Sure.
Awesome.
He listens to Farm4Profit Podcast.
Yep.
You guys. So yeah, it was just the whole social media thing's gotten to be pretty cool.
Uh-huh.
What's the hunting club's name? Might as well give him a shout out.
Well, it's just a private hunting club.
Oh, really? So it's not. Okay.
Doesn't do you
but
any good.
never mind.
You can call them all you want.
Never mind.
It's kind of like that one landlord that'll never rent it to you.
Right. Yeah. It's 5 guys own this hunting club.
Not the burger joint.
That was one thing I never did. Was I'd probably come out of retirement to go hunt some flooded timber.
It was a pretty cool experience.
I've been giving him crap because I was kind of like you in high school. I would hunt ducks and geese 5 mornings a week. We'd go hunt ducks, and then we'd throw the shotgun and the decoys in the pickup and drive right to school.
Yep.
And then we'd go hunting all the way home. We'd jump
Yep.
ducks off the sloughs. And my dream was to go to Stuttgart, Arkansas, and go duck hunting there. That's what I wanted to do. And then Brian invited me too, but I had to skip it because we got kids in hockey. And
Yeah.
so I didn't get to go, but it looked like a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was a good time. Then they told me about all the poisonous snakes. They said,
Oh.
yeah, no thanks. No thanks.
all the poisonous snakes in the U.S. start there and then go on from there.
Oh,
Yeah,
jeez.
so they're talking about water moccasins dropping out of a tree, and it was colder when we were there, so it's not like you really have to worry about it, but it's something to watch for. And
Are they really not messing with you?
no,
They got poisonous snakes in central Arkansas?
Oh, yeah.
Rocky, isn't it?
Well, then never mind.
So if,
I'll go
if it's
watch hockey.
cold,
alligators.
and
They don't have alligators.
They've got a few. Yeah, he killed one. He got a tag 2 years ago, and
in that flooded timber?
yep.
Get out
Where
of there.
they're at there, it's very rare, but it has been. They have seen it.
it's like a bobcat in Iowa. It's rare.
Basically,
No,
correct.
bowcats they're
Well, that's
everywhere
true.
now. It's a mountain
Mountain lion, yeah.
There's one in Des Moines now. Did you see that?
I did. I just saw that. That's where my headline came from. Yeah.
It's a big cat.
Moving in. We don't have bears like you guys have in Minnesota.
You got to get north of us 100 miles to get to it.
Okay.
Let's say we have
Same
one
thing.
bear.
Yeah, what?
There's like one in like northeast Iowa that keeps getting pictured here and there.
In the corn.
Yeah.
He's famous.
Yeah.
We had one hanging in a tree in our local town that they tranquilized out of the tree. You'll hear one coming down every 5 years or something.
Yeah.
Very cool.
No, that sounds like a really cool trip. So outside of that, that was probably a nice vacation for your wife.
Yep, that was pretty good. So I flew down to Nashville. Nashville's about the halfway point for him. So Nashville to Arkansas seems like a straight line. So we hit Nashville for a night and then continued on and then
Or Nash Vegas.
yeah.
So did you come back actually providing for your family?
I did, but I didn't want to fly with any of them, so I didn't actually bring any of them with. But
Sounds like a
It's
really
thought
good
that
excuse.
counts.
it was a week of providing. Yeah.
God, you must be exhausted. Good for you though, doing that for your family.
Right. Yeah. So I actually got home at 1:00 this morning, and then we took off at 7.
Like literally this morning?
Yeah.
Oh, you're fresh off it.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
man. Blood's still on tailgate.
I'm going to have to pour you some more black velvet and get you some more fluid rolling.
We used to shoot so many geese that we didn't know what to do with the meat, and we started making jerky out of them. That was the best.
It's
way
pretty
to-
awesome, yeah.
That was the best. And then like snow geese.
It sounds like leather.
Yeah. It's pretty good jerky.
So to interrupt this is what happens when you have a garage door in your studio is apparently that kid's hobby is to walk his dog while riding a skateboard.
I've
Oh, I
seen that.
missed that.
Maybe is the dog pulling him like a
It was half
snow dog?
half and half, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Maybe it's the dog's hobby.
And it's
Kid
snowing outside.
doesn't even want to do it.
The dog's sitting there begging him, "Can we just go for a skateboard ride?"
Yeah, that's cool.
So there's one of those squirrel. We get it every once in a while. We get one of those.
So, Zach, all your kids play hockey. Did you play hockey?
I did not, but my wife did.
Oh,
so
okay.
the school I went to did not have hockey, which is kind of weird in Minnesota.
Yeah.
Usually the small town schools that don't have enough kids to make a hockey team, they co-op with the schools around them. That's what I've learned. But yeah, now we're into hockey, full-time hockey family.
Yesterday, we were cleaning a shed, and Tanner and Corey come over to help me, and we found 2 hockey sticks in there. So Corey grabs his hockey stick, and he's just like, I don't know what you were, like a Rubik's Cube or something. He was just
caster
throwing
wheels.
it around.
I
everywhere
whizzed a
with it.
caster wheel.
And it come right
And
past
it was
Tanner's
right.
head.
Tanner's like, "Did you shoot something?" I meant, no.
it couldn't have
It's like,
been.
I swear something came right by my, yeah, it might have.
Other than the skid loader with shatterproof glass, but he's
Apparently, it's not shatterproof though.
Yeah, it sounded like it was not shatterproof.
the front is.
That's pretty funny. So when you guys, like you said, that was someone that was a fan of what you guys do on social media and your podcast. Do you have any other fun stories of people that have connected with you because of what you do that have produced some decent opportunities or really fun events?
Well, I'd say more opportunities than what we can make work.
Yeah.
But off the top of my head, I mean, Trevor Bales is a good one. We've had him up do the podcast, and we're going to go visit him here in March.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, there's definitely, it definitely opens things up.
Well, now we can't have him because he's also been on Sharky's podcast. So Trevor Bales is off the list.
Oh, you should have him. But he'll come up here.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Trevor's as fun as it gets.
Yep.
But the last 2 years, we've also been down to South Texas. We got connected with Michelle Miller, who is Ag Mag South Texas. She's got a magazine down there, and she's on social media. But we went down there and stayed on South Padre Island for a week. We did some touring with the farms down there, the vegetable farms and everything. And then we went to South Florida, too, in that Lake Okeechobee area, where the lake is essentially dammed up, and everything south of it where the lake used to run is being farmed. And, I mean, that was unbelievably interesting and different from what we do here.
Yep.
No sugar beets, huh?
No sugar beets. Yeah, sugar cane. We saw sugar cane last year in Texas.
We actually went and toured the plant, and they were harvesting. We even saw some planting and
a burn.
and then went to the plant, a burn. Kids got to climb in the giant sugar pile in the, how big is that pile? 60 feet?
Tall?
50?
Yeah, 50 feet tall. The guy that was taking us on the tour, the kids were asking if they could climb to the top, and he kind of like, yeah, sure, go ahead, climb to the top of that. Like, they're not going to make it up there, you know?
Yeah.
Next thing you know, they're at the top of the pile, and he turns around, he's like, oh, okay, guys, come on down. Come on down.
And this was sugar that was getting chipped off and then had to get refined one more time, which is why they're able to climb it.
Yeah.
But it was just like almost like a brown sugar because it still had the molasses in it.
Okay.
And they got down, they were just trashed. I
was
mean,
just
their
gonna say.
pockets are full of sugar, their socks, their shoes.
Everything.
We took them home, or we took them back to the RB or whatever it's called, VRBO, and chucked them in the pool. the van was so sticky.
Oh,
we
yeah.
got it back.
We brought that pedophile van back to the place we rented it. We get the big panel van because it's the only way to haul 2 big families. And it was full of mud and sugar.
That is funny.
Mud and sugar. Did they have hogs down there?
Wild hogs or
In
like
Texas? Like
We had wild hogs.
Yeah, that's what I want to do that too. I want to shoot them out of a helicopter.
As did we, but
Yeah.
we had too many family and wives with that we couldn't work that in.
Hella Hunter, is that
yeah.
auctioneer buddy of mine
How much is that?
that owns that, and they have like an AR platform shotgun, or one of them anyways. He's
For hogs?
Yeah, for hogs. He's in Texas, and so they shoot him right out of a helicopter, and he bought into that, and yeah, it's awesome. Then they made a deal where they give all the hog meat. They got people to go collect all the hogs after you shoot them. Let's give all the hog meat away to the hungry. I mean, it's a good program.
Yeah.
So,
I just imagine that their insurance is out of this world.
yeah.
I would imagine.
If you watch those YouTube videos of those guys just...
But what a great way to give back to the community.
Uh-huh. Yes.
Providing for
Yes.
people.
You suppose they have a stop on that thing so they can't get the rotor?
Can't with what?
On the little gun that...
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I suppose.
That'd probably be smart.
I don't know.
Probably
The
be a
ones,
bad day.
I don't know that it would matter.
You don't think so? You shot a bullet
Through the rotor?
Got that rotor? The end of the rotor?
It's not going to go through, is it?
Where would it go?
I think there'd be, even if your helicopter's pointing down like this, you're still high enough, you're pointing at the ground.
Yeah.
I don't think you'd ever be shooting that direction, but they probably
Right.
give you an idea.
I suppose they've got pretty good pilots. He's not going to do a hard bank on them.
I don't know. The ones that I saw, they didn't have a gun that was mounted to like a turret or anything. It
Yeah.
was just literally with a
Shooting
strap
out the
and
door.
yeah.
That's what I've seen too.
And they're just strapped in with a harness and leaning out the door and just,
See, I think it'd be cooler just to hang on to the skid with one hand and just use a pistol and shoot down below you.
Hello to my little friend.
say hello to my little friend.
That's how I'd go hog hunting.
All right.
But I don't have a helicopter.
I think the Off the Husk and Farm for Profit should probably do that as a charity event.
if
It
there's
obviously
a
should be provided for us.
Listener
And
out
we'll
there
come down
that
and kill
has
hogs for the hungry.
hella
As a
hunting,
charity
yeah.
event.
Yes.
Hogs for hungry.
Yeah.
As Dave Googles, hogs for hungry. That's pretty good. Yeah, that would be a blast. That'd be a huge adrenaline rush. I don't know if I'd ever be able
Tanner
to top
probably
it.
wouldn't go in the. He's too prude.
No, I'd go on the hunt.
You would?
I just spend my time right
There's
now
my buddy
hunting,
right there.
hunting for guests.
He's an auctioneer, world champion auctioneer here, Craig Meyer. They have Hell Hunter LLC. He owns that too, and they just go out that and just pop them.
Okay, I'm writing that down
Taking
right now.
notes.
Hunter LLC.
Dave Whitaker, name drop. He's going to use...
Yeah.
What part of Texas is that in?
Ennis, Texas is where it is.
Yeah,
That
okay.
makes no sense.
Obviously,
North, south, east?
Cowboys fan. That's
South.
a bear.
South.
Go
They
back.
have bears
Go back one picture. Who was that?
That's him. This is his.
Okay.
Yeah.
Texas.
That's Craig. His wife's a automobile auction champion too.
So clearly that bear was not laying in Texas.
No.
I bet I know who could take us. Grant Wells.
But there's his Apocalypse is their hunting show.
Apocalypse.
Apocalypse is their hunting show.
I've had wild hog. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's what I've heard.
How could wild hog taste a lot different than commercial hog?
Because they eat
Just a
dirt
different
and
diet?
bugs and corn, sugar cane.
Do they get a gamey taste to them then?
Though I've only had it once. It was just like pulled pork. It's fine. I mean, I suppose they could. I suppose you don't want to eat an old boar.
You had the one that was growing up near a cornfield.
Probably. Just so happened to fall out of my hog barn. Yep, there's a wild hog over there.
Farm for Profit
And
should
I
do
pay
a wild...
people, and people paid me to come out and shoot them.
Should we do a wild hog roast?
Yeah.
Straight from the wild farm of Hillabo Family Farms?
Yeah.
So when you guys were down at that sugarcane, what was that, a plantation, factory? What do you call that?
Co-op.
Co-op.
Yep.
So did it smell sweet too?
I don't remember it smelling sweet.
Yeah,
it had its own smell,
Right.
Yeah.
but it wasn't a bad smell.
Yeah, that was just a really poor transition into the question of what's the worst smell you've ever smelled?
Oh my.
Oh, I knew that's what you were getting to. I would say Randy.
Well, what
After laying pipe?
Randy.
if you would have smelled what I did to that Casey's gas station? That's a week's worth of hunting. Drinking beer. No. Rotten soybeans is right up there.
Oh,
That's a bad one. I
Have
put
you-
that and cat shit on the same.
Oh, yeah.
Fresh?
Fresh, like the wet stuff.
Yeah.
Ugh.
but when you step in a pile of rotten soybeans and like your boot slips,
Just throw them away.
Yeah, boots are done.
Yeah. You'll smell that for the next 3 weeks.
I was actually kind of thinking about that, about the dog shit and the cat shit. Just all of that. It seems like if it already kind of smells bad, but it's smearable.
Right? Where is it on the smearability scale?
I do applaud you for camping because we did rent a pull behind camper the COVID summer, and went and took the girls down there and obviously had to drain the tanks. What do you call it? Pump the tanks, drain the tanks.
Yep.
And I don't know what that was. It was just a different level of things, knowing that it was my shit.
Correct. So that's where. So my wife's the one that gets into the camping big. So she bought the camper, and she likes to make everyone known it's her camper. So when it comes time to dump the poop chute, it's like, it's your camper. Where do you want me to park?
She does it.
But you do it every time, don't you?
No, God, no, she does it.
Oh, you don't?
No.
Wow.
Yeah. No, I'll help her hold the hose or something if I need to.
Help her hold the hose.
You guys need to do a TikTok.
Well, typically-
Shitter's full, Clark, but she could do it.
Actually, because most of the time, I might just pull over to the side of a gravel road, like really far.
That's illegal.
Yeah, you are incriminating yourself.
I don't know.
I guess I'm
If
not
it's
sure,
your own
but it
farm,
has to
I don't
be,
know why
right?
you can't crap on
when
your
we,
own farm.
we just do the gray water there. We don't pull the
Oh,
water.
okay.
But then she pulls the levers, and then I just drive forward really slow. And then,
There's a guy up around my in-laws that has a pumping business, and he will pay farmers to allow him to dump on their fields, so he doesn't have to go to wherever he's supposed to go.
yep.
So I said, "There going, well, I guess it's not any different than pulling it out of a hog barn, right?"
No. It's still ridiculously probably a controlled substance. I mean,
That's true.
you're not supposed to. So if you have a hog office attached to your hog building and you got a toilet in your hog office, you're not
That's right,
supposed to
not
dump,
supposed to go in the pit.
dump your human poop into the hog poop.
There probably should be some sort of a management plan for the manure coming out of these campers, and we have to take an analysis every time.
Yeah.
So do you piss in the shower?
No. I have a separate.
Hey, we just found the name of the podcast.
It's in the shower. I have
It'd be the same thing. I mean, it's all
I
going
have a
down the same
septic
drain.
system for the office.
Well, I know, but it goes down to
He's
the same.
not asking about the office.
So
He's
wait, you're telling me you don't pee in the shower?
I
thought
just
everyone
learned
did.
that people piss in the shower.
What?
I might have learned it on here.
you just learned that?
I was like, why would you do that? And then I
Did you
realized
not
it's
go to
probably
high school?
It's the same plumbing, so I guess.
Yeah, it's gray water.
Yeah. Anytime the warm water hits you, you got to pee. Like, what are you gonna do?
Did you not play sports in high school with the high
I
school locker room?
I guess I didn't piss in the shower on the other guys. So
I'm with you.
Well, I don't.
I did not piss in the shower in high school.
I didn't either in high school, and I don't piss on myself in the shower. Like I got aim.
I got aim. There's the drain.
All go in the same spot, city sewer.
If you're really big and fat, you have to get in the shower to poop.
That's
Because you can't wipe, so it
That's
just wipes it off.
how do you wipe if you're that fat?
Where do we go from here?
isn't that the
See, that's what these beverages are perfect for. Is it completely takes you from one topic to the next. So staying on the black velvet
I
train.
smell the green apple.
Thanks to Dole Distributing, we now have BV Apple, so black velvet apple. We started with the toasted caramel. I wonder if these two together.
Just judging off the smell, can I trade mine back in for a toasted caramel?
You know what's good? Go back to the toasted caramel with Bush Light apple.
We should just add
It's like
some of
a
the toasted
caramel
caramel
apple.
to your apple one.
It's very
Toasted
dangerous.
apple?
Well, he's got to try the apple one
Yeah,
first.
I better try
This
it.
tastes like
Very
apple pucker.
Oh, you did taste it.
Dave's gonna like
that's
it.
good stuff.
Got some bad memories from apple puck.
I was just going to say the same thing.
It's a panty dropper.
So lately, this has been my drink. Has been BV Apple and water.
It's a panty dropper, but it's been his drink. So have you been giving it to him?
He
or
drops
what's
his
the
own
deal?
panties.
That's not nearly as good as that caramel one.
There you go.
It's better than apple pucker,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but it still brings me back to that.
The difference that I want to know from BV Corporate, so if you're listening, is why the BV Toasted Caramel comes in a glass bottle,
Oh,
but the BV Apple comes in a plastic bottle.
because they assume if it's apple, you're probably a college kid and you're gonna drop it all over the
Breaking the bag as you're climbing out the
breaking the
window.
bag as you're climbing out the car or the window.
Oh, that's pretty funny. I mean, because this is the same bottle that the regular Black Velvet comes in. So if you ever wanted to just try BV Apple, you got to go all in and get the big
gulp, huh?
the big bottle. So yeah, there's two flavors of Iowa's #1 most purchased liquor. So welcome to the state.
Yes, thank you. That's a great welcoming.
It
I wonder
works.
if Nebraska will do that for us.
Well, I know that their corn is second to Iowa's as far as quality goes.
Technically, though, wouldn't they be third or fourth to Iowa's?
Behind. So the last tile guys that we had on, Joel Lang, actually, his family sold their entire Nebraska farm and moved to and bought Iowa farm ground to start over, just because of how much more
did hear
productive the ground was.
But the ground costs that much more too, generally, right?
I would argue, yeah.
I would argue, maybe this is a good question for the real estate guy here, but the economics in any region are going to work themselves out.
Yeah. Taxes in the long run, and then there you either have dry farms or wet farms there, and so you have the dry area or an irrigated. It's irrigated or non-irrigated, which in Iowa there are way more farms that are just non-irrigated because they get enough moisture. So I think most people make the move from Nebraska this direction just for the security in water, that they don't have to worry about what well they're using, is it irrigated, water rights, mineral rights, where like all farmland that sells here, it's just all included. Versus you go to like Colorado or Western Nebraska, mineral rights are huge and water rights are, yeah.
So what's land around here worth?
So our average for the state, just kind of did some analytics on it. We're at about 10,500 an acre is our just average. That's all ground. That's the good looking girls and the bad looking girls. And then if you take just the high end ground, we have a CSR score here, different than any other state. We have a corn suitability rating. It's like good looking girls at a bar. 100 is the best farm ground in Iowa. 0.5 is the worst. So if you have an 80 or above, it's that 8 good looking farm, whatever, that kind of ground's going for 15,000 an acre. If you get down to the mediocre ground, this is where you can make repairs. So like add tile, etc. And that's the kind of ground that's the 50 to 75. Yeah, marriage. It's not the girl you dated, but it's the
one you want to marry.
It's the kind you keep, take home, try to improve, maybe improve it, maybe don't. But that kind of ground right there, that's the stuff that's sitting at that 10, 12,000 acre.
Have you ever seen the Hot Crazy Matrix?
That's what I was referring to.
You should do that with farmland.
Oh, I should. That would be good.
Pretty good. But,
that would be great.
So when you're saying that, we just bought a couple pieces up where we are. 6,100 was a 120, and then we did a 230 between the both of them.
Yep.
About 6,400, and that was we're like 6,400 an acre, and both of them are going to get patterned.
Yep.
So they both need $1,000 an acre worth of tile.
What kind of bushels per acre do you get on ground like that?
I mean, this year we raised 200. So our 10-year average since we started pattern tiling has really increased. I mean, our 10-year average right now is probably like a 190. Prior to that, like 180 was our top, like for a farm average.
Yeah. See, I argue like where Chuck Weldon is in northern Missouri, there's some farms there that are arguably half the cost of Iowa, but they're still getting the same yield off of it. So money's made in the margins.
Yeah.
But why would you want to live in Missouri? So
it's so much worse than Iowa.
Yeah, it's terrible.
We still
It's
like
just a
our
little
Missouri
warmer there.
listeners.
yeah, no, I'm just kidding. So everywhere south of 80, do you guys have like a border like south of Albert Lee? It's just Norwegian.
I would say
North of 210.
Okay.
yeah, north of that I-94, 210 kind of, 94 comes pretty close to kind of following. If you look on like Google Earth and you switch it over to, well, I'm thinking of Google Maps now, but you switch it over to the satellite view, you can see the trees and the lakes and the lines from where it's larger fields and flatter fields and bigger farming versus a lot more trees.
Then it becomes like North Country.
Yeah, then it's a lot more sand, so they will grow a lot of more vegetables and potatoes and stuff in the irrigated ground up there. But it's a pretty good divide.
Nice. So a lot of our episodes, especially our Farm for Fun formats, one of the three of us comes up with a rant, because not everything goes perfectly smooth in agriculture. Not everything is going to make you happy and smile all the time. So one rant that I think I'm going to turn Corey loose on, and maybe you guys have experienced the same thing, and maybe you don't even care, is Corey was telling me a story about all the notifications he'd get from one individual.
Oh.
But I'm going to let him
haven't
finish
done
that
this
out.
yet?
No, you haven't done this yet.
So is this where we let him rant for 5-10 minutes, or do we?
This will be quick, but so this is particularly to TikTok, and maybe you guys get it on the Instagrams or whatever. But I'll open my app and I'll have 40 or 99 notifications, no big deal. But then sometimes I haven't posted for a few days, and all of a sudden I'll have 99 plus, and it's just one person going through and liking all my videos.
Yep, I've seen that.
Great. Well, I'm going to go check this person's, they took the time to watch all my videos, like it. I should just click and see who they are. And you go to it, and they don't even follow you. Son of a bitch. You liked all those, but you liked that many times, but you couldn't follow me?
You weren't worth the time.
And I was going to follow you back. Come on, man.
I do. It does make me curious when you come across somebody who has just gone one after one after one, because clearly they took the time to go through whatever platform it is to look, just to wonder. I don't know if I've ever correlated it back to if they followed me or not.
I haven't either. I always assumed it was someone that followed me and then just went through them all and was clicking them.
Out of respect, I was like, oh, they took the time. I'm going to go check this person out, and if they look legit, if they've passed my whatever, metrics that I have for following someone, then I was going to follow them back.
I've got to the point where they've got to be fun.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm not going to follow someone that's just posting nice looking pictures.
So do you have a?
I mean, there are
music video
certain nice
about
looking
you?
pictures.
Yeah.
Is there a video about me?
Yeah, is there a music video about you?
There's not. I haven't paid anyone yet.
Oh, okay.
Randy.
So is that a rant or
Randy,
is
we
the-
need
is the
a
rant?
music video.
So but that's a good point. Yet, in stating just that I self-consciously will look at people's profiles, but I don't want to be the guy that goes like. Even if I liked all the videos, I self-consciously don't hit too many likes because I don't want to get noticed.
How about
Because you're a normal person.
How about the crazy people that it's usually opposite sex, but will go back like 2 years, 3 years, like on your Twitter or Facebook or whatever, and like a video, and it's just like, that didn't pop up in their feed. Like,
Yeah.
You have an ex-wife, or
they are creepy.
You have an ex-wife?
He's just highly sought after.
I've got a few that'll just keep messaging.
Yeah.
And messaging. And
Those are the
messaging, and
batshit
I've got one
crazy.
guy I get like 3.
He's
memes
not named a master pipe layer for no reason.
right. He sends me like 3 reels or memes or something a day, and then those I just let them go for a long time, and then usually I wait till the wintertime. Just about every night I'm in the hot tub out behind the house, so that's when I get to my messages. But then I mentioned that on our podcast, so then anytime I'm sending messages, guys are like, you're in your hot tub, aren't you?
That's funny. The other thing that I figured was going to roll into this rant is Corey sent me a TikTok that was very accurately describing the hardest working farmer. Mm-hmm. So why don't you, while I pour this last one to try.
I can't remember the guy. I feel bad because I don't have his username.
We can
Do
look
you know
it. I'll look it up here after I get done pouring.
The
I
guy
can
was-
already tell you that every single farmer on social media is the hardest working farmer on the planet.
This guy was accurately describing there is no award for being the hardest working farmer, and we all just want everyone to the society to give us a hand job because we have how hard working we are or say we are. Or there's certain people, I got up at 6 a.m. Oh yeah, I got up at 5:30. Whatever. It's like no one gives a shit.
Right.
Right.
Like
Yep.
I'd rather make money doing this kind of stuff with your mind, right? Like,
Yeah, well, how do you have time for that? Must
Yeah.
be nice. You might be surprised to hear this, but I've had farmers wonder how I have time to carry a camera around and make videos.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hitting a button's pretty hard.
Right. Pull it out of my pocket and hit record.
Yeah. The time is probably in the editing. So do you still do your own editing?
My wife does.
Okay.
So how about the? And I don't want to bash advocates,
Yeah.
but
But you're gonna?
well,
So there I was.
does it go too
Give
far
me the cork to
sometimes?
this. I'm
For
scared
sure.
that it's like $100
Well,
bottle.
I think it ends up in the echo chamber a lot of the times.
Yeah,
That's what I think.
it's pushed too hard, too much.
Played into the echo chamber, yeah.
Right. Yep.
It's just people know when they're getting sold to. They know when they're getting pushed something on, and that they feel it.
But with that, so I said we were hunting with this. It was a hunting club. They own a nice acreage of wooded timber, and then we also paid a guide, and we went on a speckle belly.
Yep.
Snow geese speckle hunt. And that guide out there, we were asking him, or Brian was asking him. He was laying next to him in the blind or on these boards, and he was asking him about like the farming practices. Do you have any cattle down here so guys will chop corn stalks off? He was saying, that's their biggest hunting is when guys chop silage. This guy had no idea what he was talking about. He's like, I think around here they just go out there to brush hog and mow the corn off and then put the cattle on it. I mean, he had no idea, and he sort of works in that field. He's a guide.
Literally,
Like, how is
kind of
there-
works in that field.
How is there still that big of a disconnect? It does seem crazy.
So here I did find it. So
This is not the Zack Attack song again, right?
Zack Attack.
WL Titan 2 is the username.
Said some hot takes on livestock farming.
Well, Happy New Year, Farm Talk. So, yesterday, I see Tony Reed had done that TikTok about that guy trying to tell him, livestock farmers, again, talking about how much harder work they are or whatever, And a couple things on that. And I've mentioned before about this, that I had a real attitude when I was younger, about thinking, I was the hardest working guy around. All right.
3 minutes.
First thing, all right, there's no prize for the guy that works the hardest. There is not a prize, all right? You guys are familiar with John Henry, right? What happened to John Henry?
Skip to the hand job.
He
The
was
rifle
gonna
guy?
beat the machine, and then he laid down and died, right? So
John Henry was the story of there was
Johnny
a
Cash sang about
a
it.
tunneling machine, and he was the strongest pickaxe swinger there was, and was going to outwork the new invention of the steam-powered tunneling machine. And he did. And literally died as soon as he got done, just had overworked himself. So yeah, well, the whole point of that 3-minute TikTok is we make it a status symbol that we work harder than anybody else. And that's fine.
You don't.
Don't physically work as hard as you do.
Don't physically.
All right.
But mentally, I got you whipped. You son of a
You guys are talking about hunting. I'm hunting for guests. I'm hunting for top. Yep. So that
Kill guests?
yes, you got to lure them in. You didn't. Now these guys are worried.
Is this the part where we die?
Have some more BV.
So it just was an interesting perspective that there are a lot of farmers that take pride in the amount of work that they do. And if that's their achievement and they're proud of it, I think that's fine. But it's also the same line of that I go with vegans and vegetarians is if you're proud of working hard, that's fine. Just don't tell me about it.
Yeah. Well, I saw somebody post on social media not long ago talking about that very thing and why does it seem like it has to be a competition for who can work themselves to death the quickest?
Yeah.
Doesn't need to be.
Yeah. Oh, you're going to get your knees replaced before I do. Congratulations.
Right.
That's right. Mm-hmm. I don't know about you guys, but I enjoy spending time with the kids and going to hockey games and doing stuff that they enjoy more than I enjoy working.
I love work. I love what I do, working
same
wise,
here.
and I like to be diversified. So I'm always thinking, right? My mind's always on, even when I'm home. But like taking the time to slow down to go to the games, taking the time to take a work day afternoon off and go to a movie with your kids or something like that. Like it's hard to do, but after you do it, it's so freaking rewarding. Like and you love it. Like oh my gosh.
But at the same time, I mean, there's certain things you're doing that don't allow you to do that.
Absolutely.
But you chose to be in that profession.
Yeah.
So we don't need to sit and tell everyone how we can't do anything because we have to work all the time. If we chose to do that,
And it isn't like, most professions are the same way.
Yeah.
Even if you got a 9 to 5, that's a lot harder. We're pretty flexible, or at least I am in my job.
Yep.
I can take off and drive down here.
I definitely am
in January.
That was probably the main reason I wanted to be a farmer. My parents actually pushed me to not be a farmer. Go to college. You don't want to come back here and do that. But then my dad was at every one of my baseball games, every one of my basketball games, and that he could make it to. And I saw that, and it's like family's bigger than the farm, and
sure.
But then the farm is the family, and like it's all intertwined. So it's pretty cool.
Yep.
What do we got going on here, guys?
We got a phone caller guest coming in. Hello.
Is it Jimmy?
Oh, no.
Hello?
Oh, hi. How are you?
Hey guys, how's it going?
It's going pretty good.
Get your video on.
Oh, nice.
We need your video.
Hey, Zach.
I prefer you put your pants on first.
Yeah.
Oh, where is he going to pop up? Hey, I need video of
We
you.
need a video.
I need to know if this is Jim or Randy.
How do I do that?
Start video. I think.
Randy.
This is Randy.
I can't hold my first question in any longer. Do we talk funny or does he?
It's both.
Quit it.
Quit it.
Oh, goodness. All right, hold 1 second. Y'all doing all right?
I'm doing
Everybody good?
Yeah.
We're great.
Excellent.
Fantastic. As Tanner would say, marvelous is going to be my new word, though.
Fantastic. Marvelous? That's very sophisticated.
It is. I just caught it the other day, and so every time I go to a gas station, they're like, "How's your day?" I'm like, "Marvelous," and it just stops people in their track. They're like, "What?" I'm like, "Well, made you stop. Think about it."
I got a movie in my mind, and I can't think of the name of it. Oh, The Greatest Showman. That's what it made me think of. Immediately,
I was going to assume Garage Girls 8, but you didn't give me time to spit it out.
Garage Girls.
When we were in Arkansas, everybody that saw you in camel, you go to any store,
Yeah.
and somebody'd ask, "Hunting?"
Hunting?
Like, yep. And then, what you hunting for? And we kept saying moose.
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 I just assumed everyone hunted down there.
Join.
All right, we're going to admit you in there.
Damn it, Randy.
Video.
Oh, hey, wait.
There he is.
Hey, Zach.
Oh, hey, Randy. I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing super. Just trying to get all this figured out.
Is this your first Zoom meeting, Randy?
It is.
And you got a Minnesota shirt on. Look at that. Oh, it's a Millennial Farmer shirt.
Do you have the second song to your Millennial Farmer album up yet, or
Not yet, but it will be coming. So.
working on it?
Whew, not gonna lie, I'm kind of nervous.
So how long have you been watching Millennial Farmer?
Well, I started not too long ago. His first video was the oil filter when it got stuck. Do you remember that, Zach?
I remember that.
And I seeing that, and my brother does a YouTube. I was like, goodness gracious, this guy is something special. And then from there, followed him on Facebook, Instagram, and so I just had this crazy idea. I said, hey, why don't I write a song about this guy? And he finally commented. So I can't believe this.
So what did he pay you for that?
What's that?
What did he pay you to write that song?
Oh, nothing.
We're still going
See?
with that, huh?
See?
Randy, this is the Master Pipe Layer. You know the Master Pipe Layer from Off the Husk?
I watch all of Zach's videos. Of course I remember.
So, Randy, we were just talking about you, and I don't know if everybody realized it, but Zach was talking about how much he loves it when his fans just go through every one of his videos and likes them, like one right after the other after the other.
Yes. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the band Journey.
Uh-huh.
Never heard of him.
Well, their lead singer now is from the Philippines, and he was just a fan of the band, and he was like a cover band. So, kind of figured maybe if I, could kind of be that. So now I'm talking with Zach because I made the song.
You're part of the band now. You're like the lead guitarist now.
Exactly.
Are you asking me to be in the band?
Maybe. Do you play?
No.
Nope.
You shake the maracas?
I almost said skin flute. No, I don't. I can't play that at all.
Well, come up here to Florida and we can get a bass guitar or something.
Maybe a triangle?
Oh, I could play the crap out of a triangle.
Yeah.
So you're in Florida. Is that a snowboard in the background?
Next to a giraffe.
This is my kid's baby doll.
Oh.
No, the green thing next to the giraffe.
Oh no, that's a shelf. That's a shelf.
Oh, it's just a shelf next to a giraffe. Okay, in Florida. Got it.
Yeah. So there we go.
So, Randy, do you watch a lot of the news? Do you get to see a lot of the agricultural news? Did you see that John Deere has a fully autonomous tractor now?
I did, and I'm sure that's going to be incredible, amazing. Autonomous.
Autonomous.
So who's your brother?
Well, my brother's
Jim, and he's the one with the YouTube channel.
Correct. He has the Field Rose YouTube channel.
Okay.
Do you two get along?
Do you have a brother, Zach?
I do.
Do y'all get along?
Well played.
Started working with family. So, long story short, I made the TikTok. People seem to like it, so now there's a little Jim's kind of jealous because, especially now because the Zach Attack video came out. But long story short, we don't really get along.
So Zach and Randy, we actually had Jim on our podcast. What was that, last fall?
That would have been this
And
fall.
he let Randy come on for a little bit, not too long, but yeah, he's been on the podcast before.
Yep. We were picking peanuts that day. I remembered. I was running the dump cart.
How was your peanut yield this year?
It was fair.
Fair.
About maybe 4,200 pounds. That's decent.
That's a lot of peanuts.
The fantastic yield.
So would you like the opportunity
That's what she said.
to come up to Minnesota and farm with Zach here?
In the summertime, but not now. I've seen some of the videos of all the snow. So
We are in balmy central Iowa right now. It's well above zero.
oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
You rode dirt bikes. You probably like riding a snowmobile.
I would love to ride a snowmobile. Yep. I'm a big motocrosser. Do you guys check out Anaheim 1? Supercross race this Saturday?
No.
No.
Who won it?
Ken Roxon. He's a German.
See, the problem is there's dirt track races in New Mexico all weekend, so I missed the dirt bike ones.
Okay. Gotcha.
Is it the Russians or the Germans that always get in trouble for doping issues? Is that the same in motocross?
What would you dope in motocross?
Well, yourself.
Yeah.
Nos.
You try getting on one of those motorcycles and hanging on.
I suppose, yeah.
No, we kind of surprised Zach.
Oh, nice.
I had no idea you were coming on.
Does he look like he looks on TV? Kind of?
Yeah.
He's no.
Yes, just a shorter penis.
The camera does add, what is it? How many? 40 pounds? 20 pounds?
To me, it adds about 60.
Oh, that was the sugar.
Yeah.
That's the camera's accurate.
Zach, did you like the video?
I loved it. I've been watching it over and over and over.
I appreciate that.
So we actually, Randy, need to send you a document via email to get your permission to use that for an intro song.
Absolutely. Anything you guys need, just let me know.
Good.
All right, it's on audio
All right.
now, so we're good.
Yeah, we're safe. Yeah.
Oh, good.
He could get paid double for that video.
Twice. I might have to use it once in a while as well. I haven't figured out for
great.
what yet. Just like, where can I embarrass myself?
Yeah. Did you like the lyric, muscle is like armor?
I did. I did.
Do you have your guitar? You should sing us a verse.
Okay.
Oh, Jesus.
Weird. I have this guitar.
Hold on just a second, Randy. Hold on, Randy. I got to do this because we're in podcast format. So for listeners that can't see what happens, so Randy is on Zoom. He joined us, and when we asked if he had his guitar, it pulled like almost out of his back
It had to
satchel.
be like a quarter inch out of the frame.
Yep. Pulled it right out, and it is now sitting on his lap. So I want to make sure that you fully understand what is going on. So yes, go ahead, Randy. The stage is yours.
Chorus, the verse, or just everything?
Whatever you want.
Whatever you want.
If you're gonna be a farmer, you gotta be tough. Sharp around the edges with a little bit rough. I know a farmer that's better than them all. He takes no slack, and his name is Zach. Zachary Johnson, millennial farmer, the best farmer in the whole wide world. Zach attacks farming like a mountain lion.
Wow.
All last time. Zach attacks farming like a tidal wave. Crashing through the fields with a record-setting yields. A 600 bushel corn is what Zach grows. We'll stop it there.
Thank you.
Good job.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Now, how do you know that Zach raises 600 bushel corn?
He asked for the yield records.
On his Wikipedia profile, it said that he averages 600 bushels.
Trust Wikipedia, definitely. What is your favorite video of Millennial Farmer?
Ooh, that's a hard question. I guess it has to be the first one I watched with the oil filter because that's my first time seeing him and I'm like, wow.
Did he say
this guy's something.
oil fielder?
I think so.
Oil filter?
your oil filter. It was stuck.
Oil filter.
I think you said filter.
Oil fuller.
Ulf.
Yep.
It's kind of like Louisville.
Not an oil feeler.
Those are different.
Yes. So we're gonna pause you, Randy. You know how this works. Well, I don't know if you got to. You know, your brother might have actually got to witness all of our beer tasting, so you might not have gotten that opportunity.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. But we're gonna pause here real quick because we have a very special tasting next.
Yeah.
Corey, I'll let you tell the backstory to this.
I don't
one.
think you guys are going to like this one as much as the flavored whiskeys, but this was sent to us as a Christmas gift from Mr. Marty Knoll. And
So if you're on TikTok, that would be a good follow for you. He's probably one of the biggest supporters of agriculture on TikTok.
and Truck and Talk.
What's the TikTok name?
Marty? I think just Marty Knoll.
Marty Knoll 75.
Yeah.
MARTYNALL 75.
And this is a bottle of Eagle Rare out of the Buffalo Trace bourbon distilling factory.
It's a fancy bottle, too.
This is a whiskey?
This is a bourbon.
Bourbon
So,
whiskey.
Okay.
Yep.
Whatever. Age 10 years. And
Oh, God, it smells like a whiskey without
yeah.
apple in it.
yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of kerosene.
I could use a can
So
of Coke.
supposedly, I've never had this before. Supposedly it's pretty good. So let's give it a little
Oh my
sip.
God, that is delicious. Dave's got his beer chaser ready.
Well, that's
That is a
very good.
whiskey.
It's smooth. It's
Wow.
smooth. It's got a little heat.
I like that.
Good
a
whiskey.
lot.
Randy, you
That's a
okay?
good- smooth a little-
Randy
smooth
in
a little
studio.
heat.
We
I
got
like
two
it.
Randys.
So Dave, fun fact, Marty thought you would like this.
Yeah?
And I was like, oh, Dave hardly likes beer. You know, he wants girl drinks.
Yeah. For sure.
So in Louisville, he's going to have a special bottle of vodka for you.
Oh, my. I do like vodka.
Yep. So thank you, Marty Knoll.
Thank you, Marty. This was good. This was...
It has a good nose feel. It
This is
definitely.
I'm pretty sure this is over $100 a bottle.
after one or two of those, I wouldn't be able to taste anything, so it would probably work out really good.
I think I would do this over vodka though.
Yeah.
Especially if it was on ice. We had some ice. In it.
yeah.
Ice would be
Ice.
good.
That's
yeah.
that's my bad. Yeah, I should have had some ice here. But I would say your description earlier of the toasted caramel, kind of how it warmed you up.
Yeah,
This definitely does that
for sure.
going down.
Yep.
Randy, what's your tattoo of on your left arm? Did you get Millennial Farmer?
No, it's just it's got the kids on it, and it's a mimic of my brother's tattoo. So, solving of the seas.
He just won't break character. If there's not one, but
Yeah.
What's that?
well, I was just mentioning how you and Jim are so alike that it kind of seems like you're playing a character of Jim.
But I get that sometimes, but we explained this in Tanner and Corey y'all's podcast.
Yep.
That's the one you're
Not the case.
You know that? Yeah, Jim got a tattoo and I loved it, so I said, why not get the same one? I already kind of saw what it looked like, so test drive a car before you buy it.
Just drive a car before you buy it.
So Jim, are you making any trips to any winter conferences this year? Are you doing Commodity Classic or the National Farm
Randy.
Machinery Show? Oh, Randy, I'm sorry. That'd be a fair one, a fair way to ask.
Yeah, actually, we've got the Precision Planting Conference. They contacted me, and I'm going to that here in Dothan, Alabama. That's where I was actually born. It's about 45 minutes away. That's January 21st. That's next Friday. So if you guys are in town, come on down.
Send Precision Planting a bill.
You gonna be any of us going to be in Alabama, Southern Alabama, next Friday?
No.
No.
The show won't even be out then.
That's true. This will be just like Justin Danger's asking us to give for Christmas presents when
Yeah.
it comes out on the 2nd of January.
Whoops. What about National Farm Machinery Show, Louisville? You gonna come to that?
I would love to go to that, but unfortunately, I've got something planned that weekend.
Okay. What about Commodity Classic in March?
Never heard of it. Where's that at?
New Orleans.
Oh, nice. Yeah, could probably make that.
Well, you might be able to see Zach.
For sure. Let's
That
do
would
it.
be incredible.
Incredible.
Incredibly disappointing.
That'd be fantastic. Last time I was in New Orleans was for the Supercross race in 2001.
So I have a question on cotton. Can I?
Yes, sir.
So how come you see sometimes the bales will start on fire? Is that because they were baled wet?
Great question, Randy. Yes, a lot of times if you do pick cotton when it's got the dew still on it, and you pack it real tight in the module builder, it builds up heat, it can catch fire overnight. We actually had it happen to us years ago. other thing is, of course, which now they've got the round balers that make like the square bale of hay, but it's cotton. Of course, you have a bearing or something go out, and it chunks it off in the baler. Next thing you know, your cotton's on fire. Yep.
What were you going to say, Zach?
Well, I just wanted to reference, like, if you were to quick make some panties out of this cotton, like you could have wet panties right away. But then I was going to stop myself until you decided to ask again.
On fire.
I could see the glisten in your eyeballs. It was not worth holding back.
But then I had a few seconds and I stopped it.
Randy, is he always this funny? Is he?
Careful how you
Yes.
answer that.
Randy, if you had to make your own millennial farmer, what would your name be? Like if you were a superstar on YouTube and whatnot, what would you be called?
I mean, Zach is a great name, like Zach Morris. I was a huge fan of him back in the Saved by the Bell
Saved by the
days,
Bell,
but,
yeah.
I've always liked the name Gavin.
Gavin. Like,
Yeah, like Gavin Ross, lead singer of Bush. Remember them?
Huh.
Gavin DeGraw.
Yeah. Robinson. Interesting.
Gavin the farmer. Gavin the...
Gavin the peanut.
The peanut farmer.
Yep.
We need to think of clever names for your social media profile. Peanut farmer.
I
Something.
feel like it has to start with peanuts.
We need something with peanuts.
Oh, yeah, there's got to be a play on words there.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Oh, I
Yep.
like that.
Zach, your favorite band?
Oh, man. I probably like Leonard Skinner because you can put him on any time, and it's awesome.
Yep. 38 Special. Yep. All that
Yeah.
good stuff.
Yeah, you can just tell your phone to play Leonard Skinner, and it's going to be good.
No doubt. That's a good pick.
Growing peanuts.
Oh,
Yep.
2022.
There you go. But you got to say it fast, like growing peanuts.
Yep.
Maybe grown.
Grown?
Grown.
Ground.
Grown peanuts.
Grown peanuts.
Growing.
It's already grown.
It's growing.
That's got to be the name of your next... That's your part 2 to Zach's song. You gotta-
He can write a song about one of you guys.
With a Leonard Skinner theme?
Yes.
Sweet Home Minnesota or something?
Sweet home Minnesota.
Yeah.
I like it.
Option.
But in the Minnesota. Sweet home Minnesota.
Minnesota. Where we
get
raise
in
600 bushel corn.
Let's go get in a boat.
Get your groceries from a bag.
It's got a hot dish.
We did not play off of that enough. We should have been better prepared for the accents. That's perfect. Well, we don't have a lot of time left, Randy and Zach. So how about we close this out in true Farm for Fun fashion? We always ask the same question of all of our guests. So last year, Jim got to answer the question of what the most successful farmers all have in common. We're in a new year now, so we've switched it. So now we are asking, what do you know now that you wished you'd have known when you were younger? So what is something that you wished you'd have known earlier, even if it was last week? What is something that you know now that you wished you'd have known before? Who's going to take the lead? Master Pipe Layer, you going first?
Well, I'll go back to a common saying we say around the tile job a lot, and that's pipe is life.
Pipe is life.
Pipe is life.
You wish you would have known that earlier.
Yep.
Pipe is life.
Pipe is life.
So if you would have got into the pipe earlier,
If
you'd be way better
if we
off.
would have started pattern tiling stuff 10 years ago, where the farm would have been incredible.
Pipe is life. That sounds like a drug dealer's slogan.
Yeah, it does.
So really
Have a
he's
little
saying,
drug thing.
don't wait to make good decisions.
You spin that very smoothly. Yep. That was good. Good job, Dave. Well, what about the other Randy?
Well, I wish I would have known what the real estate market is doing. I would have purchased a lot of land in Cape Sandblast about 20 years ago.
Yeah. That's a better answer than I thought you were going to say. I figured you'd want to discover Zach's YouTube channel sooner.
That's what I was thinking too.
I wouldn't take that from him. There's only one Zach Johnson.
Zach Attack.
He's a hell of a golfer.
Uh-huh.
He is.
So what do you think, Zach? What's something you know now that you wish you'd have known sooner?
I wish I would have bought shares in Pfizer.
Oh,
You know what's funny and sad all at the same time is I reached out to see if they wanted to sponsor this podcast.
Pfizer?
Yep, just to see if they would send their money and not care about what was said. Because I don't know if you've seen that TikTok or the Instagram going around about how they sponsor every newscast.
Yeah.
And it's brought to you by Pfizer. We could be brought to you by Pfizer. Just so you know,
yeah.
don't go get it.
And did they respond?
No, nobody responded.
Nobody responded.
We'd be in a bigger, better building if Pfizer had written us a check.
Maybe you got to start smaller.
Oh, that might be good advice.
You should go through and like every one of their posts without following them.
Yeah, without following them.
He's a professional host. See what he did there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Piss them off.
Oh, that's pretty good. Well, that's what we've got for our Farm for Fun show. What do
You guys don't have to answer the question?
Well, we? We're the hosts.
We do throughout
bullshit.
the year. We do.
Listen
Yep.
to this. But since this is a crossover show, we probably do. I'll start. I'll go first to give you guys some more time. That'll be I'll take one for the team here. I would say I wish I would have trusted myself in a lot of instances sooner than I did. When I feel like there's a good idea that I should have started, and for example, the podcast. This podcast could have been 4 years old if we just would have started it when we initially thought it was a good idea to bring out. It's still great. We're still having a fantastic experience, but can you imagine being 2 years deeper into the process? So I would say I wish I would have trusted myself sooner than I do now to when you think something's a good idea, go do it.
I would have to say there's probably an equally amount of times where you wish you wouldn't have trusted yourself.
That's true.
Yeah.
But you can chalk those up to learning experiences.
I like that
But we don't ever learn.
Well,
I like that. That's where I started. What about you guys?
I was going to say one about women, but I probably shouldn't.
you should.
That's all I was running through my mind.
Yeah,
too.
Dave,
I
you can
was
take
thinking,
that one.
It's like, man, I wish I would have knew I liked.
I'm going to go with I wish I would have bought Bitcoin when it was like $100.
you know what the problem is, though? You'd still be sitting on it.
Do you think?
Yeah, and
somebody
pretty
to buy
they'll
it.
probably find a way to tax you on the money you haven't taken yet.
Hold.
Hodl, right?
Hodl. Yeah.
Or you just sold it at,
1,000 or 10,000.
way too cheap. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Dave, what's your woman?
Man, no, I had some. There's a million ways you can answer this question, so we'll probably answer it more than one time throughout the year. Everybody thinks about the stuff that you wish you would have made more money or you wish you would have done that. I took it a different direction. Like I wish I wouldn't have said something.
Oh.
So I said something to my father once that I wish I wouldn't have said, and you can't take it back once it comes out of your mouth. If an auctioneer is saying anything, so I wish I would have bit my lip and bided my time a couple times in my life more than I ever had.
That's dark.
That was pretty good.
But you know what, though? Your dad was still here helping you this weekend. So whatever you said, he must be a pretty good dad.
Luckily,
Father's love.
Luckily, I apologized to him after a while.
Isn't there a Randy Travis song about that?
And you know what? You all think it's probably like something bad, like I told him to F off or something. It wasn't that. I was in paramedic school, and my grandma died, and I'm standing there at his funeral. I said, "Well, people die every day. Nothing you can do about it." And just being young, dumb, not thinking about it. I was in paramedic school. People did die every day, and they do. But being insensitive and not realizing the situation, I wish there was times I would have to bite my lip and bide my time. I just was too young to realize that. So,
You were numb to death.
I would, just no. It wasn't like something bad, like we blew up with each other. My dad's like, I don't even remember that. So it worked out it worked
worse
out
for you.
But I've been dreading it for years, like apologize, like, man, dude, your mom just died, and I didn't even respect that. But nonetheless, lesson learned. So
Interesting.
yeah, different direction. But I would have liked to known that I like girls that are.
I'm glad you like girls.
I thought you were ending there.
Just end right there.
At what point were you questioning, do I?
No, not that part.
It's okay. It's okay if you don't, Dave. It's okay.
That is true. It's okay, but we're gonna.
We just can't say the
about it.
rest on air. With that, the end of our Farm for Profit show. Welcome.
So if you guys don't have anything else, that's kind of the way we kick off the show. Randy on the Zoom, do you have another Randy original that you could send us off on with your guitar, or is it the only song you've ever known how to play on that guitar is Zach's?
Oh no, I got a bunch.
Can you play Freebird?
I don't really know many covers. Years ago, I could.
Just originals? Do you have any song titled Big Peanuts?
I do got one called "I Love My Peanuts."
There it is.
Sounds fitting.
You off with that?
Yeah.
You bet. So, listeners, thank you again for listening to the Farm for Profit podcast. Thank you for listening to an Off the Husk
Yeah.
podcast. We appreciate everything you do for us. Continue to join in and have fun with our conversations each and every week. And until next time, here's Randy with "I Love My Peanuts."
I love my peanuts. I love my peanuts. I love my peanuts. I like to boil them. I love to spoil them and buy them nice things like fancy fungicides. When I got Bravo in my eye, oh, I started to cry about how much I love my peanuts.
Fantastic.
That was
good.
amazing.
That is very good.